When we think about cows, we usually picture them grazing peacefully in green pastures or living on farms, providing us with milk, beef, and leather. But here's an interesting question. Why don't we ever see cows roaming wild in forests or grasslands, like deer or buffalo? After all, most animals we keep today originally had wild ancestors. So why not cows? Let's get to know that. The cows we know today actually did have wild ancestors. They came from a massive species called the Aurochs, which lived across Europe, Asia, and North Africa thousands of years ago. Aurochs were much bigger and more aggressive than modern cows. Some bulls stood nearly 6 feet tall at the shoulder. Humans began domesticating aurochs around 10,000 years ago in the Fertile Crescent and in parts of India. Over time, people selectively bred the tamest and most useful ones, shaping them into the cows we have today. Through this long process of domestication, cows became dependent on humans for food, shelter, and protection. Unlike their wild ancestors, modern cows have lost many of the traits that made aurochs strong survivors. For one, they are slower and less aggressive, meaning they're easy targets for predators. Their large size also means they need huge amounts of food, and without humans providing grazing land or supplemental feed, many breeds would struggle to survive in harsh conditions. Another big reason is that humans bred cows mainly for meat and milk production, not survival skills. Traits like strong maternal instincts, defensive aggression, or the ability to travel long distances in search of food became weaker over time. Simply put, modern cows are built for farming, not wilderness. Even though there are no truly wild cows left, there are still wild relatives of cows. For example, bison in North America, buffalo in Africa and Asia, agar in India and Southeast Asia, yak in the Himalayas. These animals are much tougher and still live in natural habitats, but they aren't considered cows. As for the aurochs, the true wild ancestor of cows, the last known one died in Poland in 1627, making it officially extinct. Some scientists are now trying to bring them back by selectively breeding cattle that look and behave like aurochs, but that's still a work in progress. While cows aren't naturally wild, there are feral cows in certain parts of the world. Feral means domesticated animals that escaped and adapted to life without humans. For example, Australia has scrub cattle that roam freely, and there are feral herds in Hawaii and parts of South America. However, these populations are rare and usually live in areas without many predators. They're not truly wild in the sense of being their own independent species, but rather farm escapees that learn to survive. So, why are there no wild cows? The answer is that cows, as we know them today, are the result of thousands of years of human domestication. Their wild ancestors, the mighty aurochs, are long extinct. Without humans, modern cows wouldn't stand much of a chance in nature compared to their tougher, wild relatives like buffalo or bison. In short, cows belong on farms because humans shaped them to depend on us, and in return, they became one of the most important animals in human history.